What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Now, in today's video, we are going to be going through all of the teams that I had used to take on the brand newly released Coliseum Chinjao. Now, I've got to say, this is by far the most difficult Coliseum on the global version of OPTC to this date. And I've got to say that not everyone is going to be able to beat it. Just straight up, not everyone is going to be able to beat this Coliseum, just because we do lack a couple of helpful free-to-play units that will help out a lot of people. And not even just the Chinjao one, but even the Kyros Coliseum will, allow people to, kind of struggle with it. So, anyways, I'm just going to show you guys the 5 teams that I used in order to beat Coliseum Chinjao and all of the 5 stages. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video, and if you guys do enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below, as it is greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Round 1 against Coliseum Chinjao will be against Dagama. Now, Dagama has just under 2 million health, and he has actually a preemptive attack that will summon a whole bunch of units around him, and will also apply a 5-hit combo shooter. Now, the team I use is a Stronghold Shanks team. Probably not the most ideal team, honestly, to take on this specific stage, but it did end up working in the end of the day, so I'll still take it. I would definitely try and target down Dagama first, because what will happen is, if you use any specials that ends up killing any of the surrounding mob characters, then they actually will respawn. So killing Dagama first is definitely the major priority in this specific dungeon, so that's something that I would recommend to you guys as well. Also, I would recommend probably not to use a Stronghold Shanks team. Honestly, Stronghold Shanks really isn't the most optimal. I do end up beating it, as I do say, but again, not really that optimal. And, he doesn't actually do that much, honestly, so it's not a very difficult stage. You can actually delay him as well, so bringing a delayer like Gold Pound Usopp would be probably the most optimal, situation you could possibly do, and then take your time with taking out Dagama first, and then focus all of your attack power on the surrounding mob characters. But anyways, that is how I beat the stage against Dagama, and I'll see you guys on round number 2. Moving on to stage number 2 for Coliseum Chinjao will be against Kyros. Now, Kyros is, again, a really annoying stage, because what will happen is his preemptive attack will blind you for 7 turns, which is why I have 0 on my team, which means if my captain is Powerhouse, then I cannot be blinded. But you also can see that he has another debuff on your crew. What that debuff is that you can only activate 1 special per turn. So it makes running against this guy extremely difficult. If you were able to use as many specials as you possibly could on the first turn, then this guy would be super easy to beat. But because he does limit you to 1 special per turn, it does really hinder a lot of teams from clearing this guy. But this Powerhouse team that I did use, didn't really give me too many issues whatsoever. You can see here on the second turn, after his first attack, he's going to go ahead and apply a damage limiter. Now, after every 4 turns, he will apply that again. It's a 50,000 damage limiter, so any damage above 50,000 is reduced significantly, so that's just something to note as well. If you get this guy below 30%, he does 31,000 damage, so highly recommend do not get him below 30% unless if you are going to kill him. But he will only do that damage if he is about to attack you. If he is on a 2-turn cooldown, you can get him safely under 30%, no problems whatsoever. But yeah, my suggestion is, obviously just to bring a really powerful strength team that can withstand definitely a couple of hits, so that's why I brought the Tanuki Sanji, because he does provide really nice damage reduction for this crew as well. But all in all, not too bad, so I'll see you guys on the 3rd stage of Coliseum Chinjao. Stage 3 of the Coliseum Chinjao will be against Ideo. Now, this is going to be one of the most difficult stages that people are going to come across. You 100%, in my personal opinion, you will 100% need to use a Blackbeard captain or friend captain in order to take down this Coliseum stage effectively, because each of these units having such high combo hit shields makes it extremely difficult in order to kill them. Ideo himself has nearly 4 million health, so that's extremely difficult. With this team here, if I was able to get Blackbeard special up, it would be so much more safer. But as you can see, I don't actually kill him, but he does 15,000 guaranteed on that first attack. So even if you do get him below 20%, it's not really a big issue. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the 4th stage of Coliseum Chinjao. Now we move on to Donsai, which is actually the most simplest of all of these Coliseum stages. Just run an insanely powerful blue team. Neo Clash Mihawk is insane for the blue teams now because he provides a 30% health cut, and on top of that, with all the blue damage you can provide, is just insane. He has 5.62 million health, so 30% health cutters are insane. So that's pretty much it for Donsai, and I'll see you guys on the final stage against Chinjao. So now we reach the final stage against Chinjao. Now, on stage 3, this is exactly why it makes this stage insanely difficult. Because on stage 3, you have to fight one of the round 1, 2, or 3 bosses, and then on round 4, on stage 4, you have to fight Donsai, and the final stage, of course, is going to be Chinjao. So this is the team I am using now. Again, I know a lot of people are not going to be able to build this team, but I mean, you need the best units to beat the hardest content in this specific case, because Chinjao Coliseum is extremely difficult. So, as you can see here, I am going to show you guys all 3 stages on stage 3, all the 3 round bosses on this 3rd stage, because a lot of people would be kind of skeptical, if I only showed, one specific stage. So I will show you guys all 3 of the stages against Dagama, Kyros, and Ideo for the final stage of Chinjao. So this is it here against Kyros, and all these guys do the exact same as what the previous rounds were. They all do the exact same thing. So with Kyros, you can only use 1 special per turn, and he does blind you. So make sure not to get him below 30%, of course, otherwise it is going to spell bad times for you, of course. So do not get him below 30% when he is attacking, otherwise it will instantly kill you for most cases, depending on what team you have. But anyways, that is the battle against Kyros, and now we'll move on to the Ideo stage. So one thing to say about this specific one here against Ideo is the fact that in this specific clip, I used both of the time skip Luffy specials. You don't actually need to use both of them. You can actually get away with using one. I was just kind of worried to see if I could actually beat this one or not, because by far the Ideo stage is the most difficult of the 3 if you do encounter it. But you guys will see here that I am able to get past it, and I do actually end up clearing it after this as well, so you guys don't need to worry about that. But the main thing is on the stage before the 3rd stage, on stage 2, you do have to try and farm as many good orbs as possible. Ideally, you want to get at least a matching orb on Sabo and maybe on one other unit, so you can take out Ideo in a single turn. Now, you won't be able to take out all of these surrounding units, so you will get despaired for 5 turns. Having those sockets is extremely useful. But even though you are going to get despaired for 2 turns, you still are able to take out the guys on the left and the guy on the right. You still are able to take them down, which is extremely useful. If you weren't able to take them down, you'd be taking a lot more damage. This guy also will lock all your specials or special bind your characters, and what we'll do here is after you take out the guy on the right here, we'll just stall out on the giant until our specials are unbinded, and then we can move on to the stage 4 stage against Donsai. But all in all, I'll see you guys on the last stage against Dagama. Okay, so this is the final one against Dagama. Now, this is 100% the most easiest one to take down. All you need to do is activate 1 time skip Luffy special on one of the surrounding mob units, because that will 100% take them down, so it makes it easy to take them out. And then Dagama doesn't really have that much health at all, so at least if you have a matching orb on Boa, you're going to have an extremely easy time for taking out Dagama. I was almost going to activate the Brook special there, but that is 100% not needed. You can take down this stage within 2 turns, and as I said, is the easiest easiest out of the 3 stage 3 bosses. Following Dagama though, we are going to move on to the Donsai stage, which is on stage 4. Now all we want to do here is to activate our raid boss Sabo special here. And depending on what stage you had, you still might have your time skip Luffy special active. But what we are trying to do here is to just stall a little bit until our Luffy special is on like a 3-turn cooldown, 2 or 3 turn cooldown, so that when we move on to the Don Chinjao stage, we can have both of the Luffy specials active once again. So, you know, Donsai, sorry, is actually reasonably easy. He doesn't do that much damage, especially with the Luffy damage reduction. And don't get him below 10% either. If you get him below 10%, he does like over 1 million damage to your crew. So make sure, do not get him below 10%. You can get him below 20, just not 10%. But anyways, after you have your specials cooldowns all ready to go, we can then move on to the final stage, which is going to be against Don Chinjao. Now, Don Chinjao has a preemptive attack that will paralyze certain units and also special bind certain units for 2 turns. So for the first 2 turns, you literally are just trying to get some matching orbs on your crew. Now, ideally here, you want to get matching orbs on your Brook and or just your int characters. So Brook and Shanks are the most ideal here. But we are looking for Sai, Quick, and Dex orbs on our crew here. And after those first 2 turns are gone, we have to tank a hit, which is fine. And then we can activate all of our specials and take down Don Chinjao in 1 turn. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you guys have, make sure to smack the like button down below. Let's just quickly overview this unit real quick. His special ability is insane. 25% health cut and a 70% damage reduction on a 15-turn maximum cooldown. He is an exceptional Coliseum unit, and I would highly recommend for you guys, if you guys can farm it, you guys should farm it. He's just an absolutely insane fighter unit. So as I said, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Smack the like button if you enjoyed. If you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to smack the subscribe button down below. But without further ado, I'll see you guys within the next video.